Hello, this is DrSayus, and today I'm looking back at Duel Links, which is a Yu-Gi-Oh game that was released in the mobile in 2017. I initially looked at the game as a series of Let's Play videos in 2018. So what's new since 2018? Well, they've brought in the Yu-Gi-Oh 5D world, so that includes the characters in the 5D series. For those who are unaware, it was a Yu-Gi-Oh series where they dueled on motorcycles. So you had the main character Yusei Fudo, you have Jack Atlas, I don't remember the rest of the characters. There's Trudge, who was in the original Yu-Gi-Oh as a bully. Unfortunately, you don't get to ride any motorcycles in the game. I believe there was an event where the setting is on motorbikes, but it's like a normal duel. They have things like speed counters, which was quite interesting. It'd be nice if they could expand on that in future games, like different game modes in the PvP. That would be interesting. Now that the 5D world is being introduced, there is a lot more synchros in the game, and synchros are okay. Fortunately, there's not too many tuner monsters out at the moment. They're not in the meta, which is good because I'm not really a fan of the new rules. Konami eventually want to introduce all the rules that they've incorporated, but they're doing it very gradually, which I like, and they're making it easier for people to understand. But I don't really use synchros, to be honest. The cards I noticed people play are very different. I got sick of the game in 2018 because almost everybody, including myself, had a lot of the same cards. 3 copies of Enemy Controller, 2 or 3 copies of Rush Recklessly, Spear Karibo, and there's a few others as well. They have worked on that a little bit. Now, Enemy Controller, you're only allowed to have 2 of them. And the great thing about this game is whenever they have like semi-limited, it's not just one card. Say for example, you put Enemy Controller in and there's another card that is semi-limited as well. That means if you want both of them in, you can only have 1 copy of each. That encourages people to vary up the decks a wee bit. I would like it if they were a bit more forceful with that. There's some other cards there that deserve restrictions as well, but maybe they'll do that in future. It just encourages people to edit their decks a wee bit more. In the Kaiba tournament, I noticed most of my opponents were using decks, which I'm pretty sure they spent real money on. I have never spent a penny on this game, and I do not intend to start anytime soon, aka never. I don't like that, the way people can just buy the cards. You can still do quite competitive decks without spending money thanks to the structure decks. The Ancient Gear one is particularly powerful. The Red Ice deck's pretty good as well, and I was able to beat a lot of people who bought their own cards. The cards introduced into the current game are a lot more powerful. Unfortunately, it requires a lot more reading from the player. There's been a few occasions of me, there's like so much text to read, I sort of miss a paragraph or something, then it bites me in the ass and I've lost the game. The old Duel Links was a lot simpler. Since I've been playing, there has been a few events. There's a lot to do. It's a great game to play casually because the events are time based. I think it's like every month or so they introduce like 1 or 2 new events, so it keeps things fresh. There's more characters to unlock. To get the most out of the game, you need to unlock all the worlds and try and complete all the challenges and level up and unlock all the characters. That way you'll get rewards like gold and gems very quickly. There's been new power-ups included in the game, items which increase the amount of XP that you get when leveling up or increase the amount of assessment score. You can also use them if you're versing someone difficult like the Vagabond. You can use a power-up where you get an extra card before the game starts, and that's pretty good. I'm glad they haven't included that in the PvP because that would just be the final straw for me. People being able to like buy all these gems to use against you. The Vagabond, I'm not sure if they've nerfed this guy or not. Back whenever I played the game, he didn't have a star rating. He just had a series of difficult decks that you had to fight, and you always were at a disadvantage. Could be that you only had 1 card in your hand, or you're only allowed to play 1 monster at a time. Now he's a lot more balanced out. You can have one of these 3 star ratings. 1 star, he has a disadvantage, so say he only has 1000 life points. 2 stars, it's even. Pretty much says just beat the Vagabond, or neither player can special summon. 3 stars is my favorite because that's what he used to be. You're the one that has the restriction, so say you only have 1 card in your hand. Pretty much what he was like before. I'm guessing a lot of people complained, which is why they nerfed him a bit. I think though they're probably able to experiment more with the decks that they give him. Like they're be able to make him stronger. He's still pretty powerful. He's still my favorite player to verse in the game, and he does appear quite often. The game is very grindy. The auto duels do help. I find I pretty much auto duel against all the computer players, and then I play in real life against the PvP players unless I'm doing a challenge. The auto duel is quite handy. Thankfully now when you're versing the NPCs, and you can times it by 3, so when you defeat an NPC you get 3 times the rewards. This also uses up free NPCs, but I always keep it on that. You want to get as much rewards as possible. The game is very stingy with rewards, I have to say. Like, it takes a long time to get up the gems, gold and everything. Even when you've done all the challenges and stuff, it's not too bad, but you can tell like they're really trying to get people to pay real money to do it. As long as you like try to do everything in the game, like all the challenges and stuff, you will eventually get enough gems to unlock all the packs, and there's a shit ton of packs to get now. It is a lot more than what it was back when I started. Probably best to do a quick Google search to see which packs are best to get, and there's a lot more structure decks as well. I like buying all the structure decks because then you can build a deck around them, and that's pretty cool. You don't have to worry about any missing cards. Some of the structure decks are about pants. Like, I don't like the Neospatians. They're just very weak. I don't mind Neos, he's alright, but I don't like the actual Neospatian cards, but most of the decks are fine. Another gripe I have with the game is this is only a problem with the 5D characters. When you unlock a 5D character, you don't get a single rare card. You only get all common cards, and they're all really bad because their ultra rare card is in their ability, so you have to pick their ability. Whenever you use it in a duel, you'll get an ultra rare, and you'll get 2 rare cards to help you summon this synchro monster. I thought that was a bit cheap, to be honest. I didn't like that. I would have preferred if they just had to give you the card. I noticed there's a lot less network drops. I've only been in 2 duels where there's been network problems. It was the very first duel I did, I suddenly dropped network connection. Since then, I haven't dropped a single network connection. There was a glitch whenever I was versing somebody on the phone. Whenever I clicked on one of my cards, the card took up most of the screen. I couldn't minimize it, and it wouldn't actually let me do any moves. It wouldn't let me attack. It only let me end my turn. So that was pretty shite because the guy I was playing was pretty bad, and I could have got like a free win. I was like really high leveled in the Kaiba tournament. I could have gone up to level 19, but it wasn't to be, unfortunately. The game is very addicting. It really encourages you to stay on the game. Like, the NPCs refresh every few hours. It always goes on about the rewards you can get. Usually whenever you like open the game up, it'll give you like a free amount of gems or something a day, and then there'll be something else that'll give you. Just be aware, they're not actually giving you very much. They're giving you very little in large quantities, so they're tricking the brain that way into thinking that if I keep playing this game I'm gonna get all this stuff. It's okay to play casually, but the game can get very addictive, so just keep that in mind. It's not a game that you're supposed to be playing all day. It's just play for about an hour maybe, and that's it. I still don't like fighting the CPU in the game. Even level 40 can be disappointing sometimes. You'll get occasional characters level 40, they're pretty strong, but it's very rare. The only real challenge is with the Vagabond, and for some reason, like, there's like special events where you can fight level 50 characters or higher, and for some reason I find them weaker than the level 40 characters. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they have like really good cards that are really hard to get out. I don't know. The ranking system in the online resets every month. Currently, at the time of this video, they're not going to reset it for 2 months. It was a pain in the arse because I remember I was a silver rank and they knocked me down to the very bottom, and the players I was versing in noob and bronze, they were super weak. Like, there were people who looked like they just started the game because they had all the weakest cards. I don't like fighting people that are really weak. I like fighting people that are on my level or stronger. I know why they do it, but I don't think you should be knocked back that far. Like, I think people who are starting the game fresh, they should have a rank of their own, like noob. And anyone who's gotten up to bronze before, they shouldn't be able to go lower than bronze. That's the way I think they should do it, because then that gives new players a chance to get used to the game. It was very rare I actually fought somebody in the UK. Most of the time I end up fighting people from very small countries that you wouldn't expect, like Jamaica or Malaysia. I get a few from the US, get a few from Germany. It's mostly random countries that you wouldn't expect. Very rare to I verse somebody from the UK. Like, whenever I see someone from the UK, it's like, wow, wow. It's like, really? There's actually someone else in the UK playing this? I don't know why that is. The problem with the game is a lot of people rely on the same themes. Like, there's these cards called Vendreads, which are a bit of a pain in the arse. There was one person I fought, and it wasn't even like I was dueling. I summoned a monster, it was their turn, and they had 30 cards in their deck, and I don't remember what the cards were called. They were like books or something. On the one turn, their deck went from 30 cards to 10 cards because they kept searching out cards in their deck, and it slowly destroyed all the monsters on my field. And they got a monster out with 2,000 attack, another one with 1,000 attack, and another one with 1,000 attack. Then they just killed me. But it was so boring. Literally 20 minutes was wasted of me just waiting for them to make their move and kill me. That deck shouldn't even exist in the game because it just sucks all the fun out of it. It's like a win button. Fortunately, I only came across that once. The biggest problem with PvP is people are very, very slow. According to online, this is lag, but some of the lag can be very bad. The worst country I have had this in is Japan, and I don't know why, but Japan is very, very bad at playing against. Literally, each turn takes 10 minutes. I think the way it works is it lets you do your moves instantaneously. What I'm guessing is, even though it's letting you do your moves quickly, to your opponent, it looks like you're going really slow. But it really does make some of the duels drag. And to be honest, I don't really like playing PvP unless I'm getting rewards. Like, it's usually that bad. Like, I usually do something like I usually tidy my room or something when the duels are going. It's that slow. Or start lifting weights or things. Like, it's like some of them are like eating their dinner instead of actually playing the game. If it's lag, I don't know what they can do, improve the servers. If this is actual players wasting time, decrease the amount of time it takes for them to make their move. I've seen this in other games online, like Magic the Gathering. I didn't see much lag in that game. I'll get to that game another time, but it gives you a lot less time to make your moves, and I like that. So the games go faster. Unfortunately, it's not in this case. So what I think of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, it has improved on the existing formula. It's not perfect. It's far too grindy. The PvP has you waiting a very long time. At the other side of the coin, this is the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Game you can play at this point of time. It is a very large player base. When you go online, it sets you up with a player very quickly. It's great for newcomers and also people who are sick of the new rules and want some simplification, which the main game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Desperately needs, to be honest. It does have a lot of good points, but I still think they could make a lot of improvements. It's heading in the right direction. What would I give the final game? This is a mobile game. For a mobile game, it's very good. I will give it an A. I'm being a little bit harsh on it because, as I mentioned before, it's very grindy, and there's some choices they have made which I think they should change. Overall, they've made a very solid game, and I continue to look forward to seeing what improvements they make in the future. Hello guys, hope you're having a fantastic day. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and to subscribe for more videos. Bye!